Power on. Bluetooth.
Well, duh.
You're on a spaceship orbiting Relay 314. As you look at the nearby stars, none of them look familiar. The chief navigation officer of the team points to one of the stars. There. Do you see that star over there? Not the bright one, but the dim one next to it. 80 light years beyond that star is the sun. Earth. Home. Everyone you know, all of human history, could be covered up with a single grain of rice. At this moment, a Turian heavy cruiser appears from nowhere and fires without warning, kicking off the First Contact War. Humanity would learn some hard lessons from the First Contact War. 1. We are horribly outmatched when it comes to weaponry and armor. 2. We are at a huge disadvantage when it comes to tech and biotics. In a desperate attempt to catch up to the aliens, humanity would conduct some heinous experiments on a group of kids in order to produce human biotic users. As fate would have it, Caden would be one of those children exposed to these facilities.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled.
As an L2 biotic, Caden has migraines and headaches caused by his biotics. Unfortunately, BioWare did not capitalize on Caden's backstory. For example, they could have made Caden an overpowered biotic user, and if you abused Caden's abilities, you run the risk of damaging him or hurting him in some way that would put him out for the next mission. So there'd be missions where you can't use him if he's hurt in the previous mission.
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
The third lesson humanity learned from the Galactic Council is that they have no issues wiping us out in the name of peace or maintaining a certain status quo. Look at the consequences of the Ragnar War. Another thing about the Council is they are not afraid to make decisions based on race. Nelson Mandela once said, "No child is born racist. They are taught to be racist."
This one is for Mandela!
Ashley is racist.
Order, honorable members.
If you attack Ashley based on her beliefs, she will dig in her heels and refuse to change. However, if you challenge Ashley without attacking her, you will find that Ashley has a giant chip on her shoulder the size of Kansas that likely stems from the First Contact War.
I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race. The Turians wrecked the orbitals in the first wave and occupied the major cities. They sat in orbit, dropping rocks on anything that moved. Granddad dispersed the troops, but when they went into the cities for supplies, the Turians would wreck a block to eliminate one fire team. Civilians were dying, his troops were starving, and he couldn't contact Alliance High Command, so he surrendered the garrison.
And she has an interesting opinion about the Galactic Council.
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
You've got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
And I believe a number of humans in the Mass Effect universe hold the same opinion. If you're patient with her, you'll find that her attitude starts to change to warm up slightly to the humans, although she has a long way to go. So why do people hate Ashley so much? Ashley will kill Rex if you fail to convince him that Saren is lying about the cure for the genophage. Did you know that Henderson was actually selected to be the first human Spectre? But Saren betrayed him. It is my belief that Captain Anderson sees himself in Commander Shepard. I mean, look at Captain Anderson's actions. He gives up the Normandy to give Shepard a chance to take down Saren. Anderson was one of the people who recommended Shepard for the Spectre program. He did all of this because he believed in you.
Anderson, what are you doing here? I didn't send...
This is why we love Anderson. The longest serving member of the Turian army and the reason why Captain Anderson failed to become a Spectre. Serenatorius was responsible for recruiting Nihilus. In the opening scene of the game, you see Nihilus lowering his guard around Saren, which allows Saren to betray him. Saren was always against the aggressive expansion of the human race. To the non-humans, humanity looks like an overly aggressive species trying to dominate the Citadel space, which made humanity look greedy, because normally it takes a couple of centuries for species to climb up the ranks of the Citadel races.
You've seen the vision from the beacons, Shepard. You of all people should understand what the Reapers are capable of. They cannot be stopped. Do not mire yourself in pointless revolt. Do not sacrifice everything for the sake of petty freedoms. The Protheans tried to fight, and they were utterly destroyed. Trillions dead. But what if they had bowed before the invaders? Would the Protheans still exist? Is submission not preferable to extinction?
The logical opposite of Serenatorius, Garrus Vicarian, frustrated by the Galactic Council's lack of action and favoritism towards Saren, Garrus joins Commander Shepard with the hopes of administering vigilante justice. The most interesting thing about Garrus Vicarian is that his morality will align with Shepard's. What I mean by this is a Paragon Shepard will easily influence Garrus to make more decisions that one would consider morally upright. However, a renegade Shepard would push Garrus down a darker path. Narratively, Garrus admires Shepard, and the two of them create a friendship and a strong bond that will last a lifetime.
So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
Battlemasters are rare individuals who combine powerful bionic abilities with devastating firepower. Adnot Rex is a long-lived Krogan who's had many adventures in his life as a mercenary. Rex is a deeply conflicted character. After being betrayed by a family member, Rex turns his back on the Krogan clan. Despite his lifestyle as a mercenary, Rex is deeply concerned about the future of his people and finding the cure for the genophage. We get to see this side of Rex when he discovers that Saren might have a cure for the genophage. If you've built a good enough rapport with Rex, you can talk him out of turning against you. The reason people love Rex is because of his one-liners.
What was that?
Probably debris. Don't have a panic attack. I'll protect you.
8 minutes.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
As the daughter of a powerful matriarch, Benezia, who sided with Saren, I was pleasantly surprised to see Liara sticking to her own morals and fighting against her own mother. The first time I played Mass Effect, I expected her to betray me and side with her mother. Liara is part of a race called the Asari, who live 1,000 years. And at 50 years old, she's considered a child amongst her people. However, Liara is very, very perceptive. Through her researching the Protheans, she discovered that something drove them to their extinction. They did not just die out, as the galaxy believed.
The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull.
We almost died out there and your pilot is making jokes?
I get the feeling something bad is about to happen.
You are not Saren.
What is that? Some kind of VI interface?
Rudimentary creatures of blood and flesh. You touch my mind, fumbling in ignorance, incapable of understanding.
Sovereign is the vanguard of the Reapers. Its main purpose is to remain behind as the Reapers go back into deep space after extinguishing all advanced life in the galaxy. And Sovereign's reveal near the end of the game is one of the best villain reveals I've ever seen in entertainment. Sovereign's searching for the conduit, which is a tool that will open up a pathway to dark space and will allow the Reapers to return and continue their extinction cycle, which happens every 50,000 years or so. However, it turns out that the Protheans sabotaged the conduit in an effort to deny the Reapers access to the galaxy. So Sovereign indoctrinates Saren and Venezia and uses them as tools to search for the conduit. There's a lot I could say about the Mass Effect universe. For example, I left Tali Zora Noraya out of the video because in this game she's not characterized as well as she was in Mass Effect 2. Well, that's it for today.
FM Tinder. Power off.